guys. Well, I'll start my little monologue here for people that actually come in and watch the video in retrospect, which probably won't be that many people, but uh hi Blue. Dog needs lots of attention. Um and that's probably because I've been gone. I've clocked, see, it's Sunday night. I've clocked 67 hours. Um, yeah, 67 hours this week. And I got told to take the night off. Hey, Budget Tools, what's going on? Uh, so yeah, I got told to take the night off because my new company that I work for has a rule. Well, a lot of rules, but specifically, you can't work more than 60 hours a week and 6 days in a row. And I did 3 days. I did four, but that was on the previous week. So I did 3 days on this week at 10 hours a day. Then the next day, which would have been Thursday, I traveled down to Louisville, Kentucky. I guess they pronounce it differently. Everybody was making fun of me all weekend. But I went down there and I worked my ass off the whole time I was down there doing like 10, 11-hour shifts to cover their operations. And then I came home. Yes. Well, wait. I got here this morning. I left last night, whatever. So I did like a 10-hour shift, 11-hour shift, and then drove 4 hours home. And I figured, right? I kind of thought my boss knew what he was doing by sending me to do all this overtime. Well, I was literally on my way into work tonight, and I get a phone call from him, and he's like, "Hey, you're not working tonight, are you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm on my way in now." And he's like, "Oh no, no, turn around. We got to figure this out because you're already way over the limit." And then we were trying to figure it out, and then he goes, "Wait, you didn't work 7 days, did you?" And I said, "Yeah, yeah. This tonight's my seventh day," which, whatever. To me, I figured, like I said, I figured he knew and made some kind of exception for it. No, apparently not. So he's like, "Oh well, we can't have you come in. You got to take the night off." So, I mean, it's kind of nice. The overtime would have been cool, but I got a lot anyway, and travel time and all that. But so I'll bank out this week. But I got a surprise night off, and I was already planning on being up all night. So I know the Den of Tools is doing his normal Sunday night live stream. So uh, I probably won't have that many people. Budget, if you're still watching, I appreciate it. Uh, but I figured I'd just kind of hop on here and talk for a little bit. I don't have much going on, and I haven't put out a video because I've been so busy all week. Um, so this is what happened. When I took this new job, there's a few of us technicians at each site, and I passed up on the lead position at my building because, well, the real reason is um, I was still like the third day in training. Um, and everybody else was like a little ahead of me. They had gotten a jump start, so they had been there for a few weeks. They kind of knew what was going on. Um, well, hopefully, right? Um, taxes, yeah. I added it up though. Even assuming they take a shit ton, my paycheck should still be about double, and that's without all the travel allotment, like the per diem, which I'll only get for a few days. But they'll reimburse me for my gas because it was a rental car. I don't get miles, and then I'll get my per diem every day. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at a really good 1 week paycheck. But So long story short, this guy, I passed it up. This guy seemed to know a little bit more about what was going on. I hadn't even been to my site yet. I was training at another site. So I hadn't even really seen my building, right? So I don't want to take responsibility for a monster that I've never met. So I just I let him have it basically, and he took it. And then, without being unkind, some things happened, and that situation changed. And I got a call from my boss, and he goes basically like at a moment's notice, he goes, "All right, you're gonna be the lead. Do you have a problem with that?" No, I don't have a problem with that. Like I can run the team and everything. And I immediately fixed some issues that we were having. One of the guys was going to leave because he didn't like his schedule and all this, that, and the other. And I got all that fixed in like a day. And so far, I've been doing pretty good. It's real crazy because what it is uh, the company that's contracting us out is doing a bunch of expansion. They had some existing sites, they have some new sites, and we're taking over maintenance of a bunch of those. So some of them, like mine, are newer. Some of them, like the one down in Louisville that I just went to, had been in operation for like 2 years. So um, it's kind of like uh, a little different. You know, they have different equipment. It's older, more prone to breaking down because it hasn't had a lot of maintenance done on it. And then, like my site, there's almost nothing going on. We still have stuff to do, and you know, we keep ourselves busy. But as far as like real maintenance on the equipment, it's all pretty much new. There's a little bit of upkeep, but it's not that bad. So I get to right now kind of focus on a lot of this administrative stuff that I got to do, schedules and inventories and tool orders. And that's where I wanted to kind of get to in terms of this conversation. I will say, um, being in charge or lead or whatever you want to deem those responsibilities to be, it's more of like an honorary title. There's not a lot of really anything to it. But there is a little more responsibility, more communication and stuff. So I do get bothered a little more than I would like, just being a technician. But it's not bad. Most of it's pretty straightforward and doesn't interrupt life too much. But so I was ordering some extra tools because like they have like a blanket order they like to send to these new sites to get everybody up to speed, to give them the tools that they, you know, some pencil pusher thinks you need. um, and the list wasn't too bad, but it had a lot of stuff missing. So I got on there and I was trying to figure some things out, and like our toolbox wasn't there, which is an important part of a tool setup, especially when you have multiple guys. Organization is key because I'm not the most organized at home here, but at work, I definitely think that everybody should be on the same page as far as organization. Um, that way, you're not scrambling, you're not looking for something. It's just there when you need it. So, the toolbox wasn't in the order that got shipped, and I looked to try to figure out why, and it was on back order. It was a proto something or another. Not even that really that big of a box. I think like a 40 some odd inch box. Um, but it was on back order. So or back order. They said it was back ordered, and then when I looked at it, it said discontinued. So I don't know if we would have ever gotten it. But I submitted a request to order a different model, and I believe the price is comparable. This one I think is like a 52-inch, but the pricing is about the same, I want to say. So hopefully we get it. I haven't got the confirmation of the actual switch yet, but when I've been at some of these other sites and things training, I have got to see some of these proto products, and like at my site, and I don't know why specifically. They just seem to like proto. We get proto boxes, we get proto wrenches, proto ratchets, which I just commented on Instagram post for Tools and Trash earlier tonight. He made a post about his favorite ratchet, Proto Ratchet, and yeah, I've actually got to put my hands on one and use it now. So I can honestly say I really haven't seen Proto out in the real world too much, but I got to really use one the other day, and we all know, like, right? It's a ratchet. Like, yeah, there'll be a little difference, maybe, but like, it's just a ratchet. Like, I have to say that Proto Ratchet, just a 3/8, it's a little basic thing that they gave us. Um, just a few sockets that, again, some pencil pusher thought we needed, and some extensions and stuff. It's nothing crazy, but um, that Proto Ratchet, the action smooth, it feels good. It's not like loud either. They must grease it like pretty well inside, because like, you normally you hear that nice heavy ratcheting sound when you're using the tool, and that didn't seem to have it. It seemed like almost a little more muted, a little more quiet, smoother. um the teeth are fine, so I'm hoping it would still hold up under a decent amount of torque. But I mean, it worked good. It felt nice. It wasn't loose. I've seen like a lot of the cheaper stuff. Obviously, it's not really a comparison to say like Stanley or your Harbor Freight stuff is comparable to Proto, but I'm used to sloppy kind of ratchets that have a little bit of wiggle to them. This didn't. It was a lot more rigid and a lot more sturdy feeling in the hand and in the action when you were using the tool. So I do gotta say, I'm really starting to be impressed by Proto, and the sockets have a really good finish. Everything looks good on them. I would like to see more from them. At the moment, we only have a handful of sockets because, again, that's what some guy thought we needed. But I will say I'm impressed by the quality. So that being said, I've seen some of these smaller proto, I don't know if you want to call them workstations, or technically they'd probably be in like tool cart um, status, like they're smaller for whatever reason. The other site that I went to had a lot more technicians, a bigger operation. So, like, I don't know if they were sharing boxes or what, but everybody kind of had their own setup. At ours, there's only a few of us, and there's really only going to be like 1 to 2 of us on shift at a time. So they've deemed that we don't need quite that much. So we don't get our own boxes. We, at the moment, are just slated to get the one. And I ordered this proto. Hopefully, we get it. I've seen some others though in action, and I gotta say, for a U.S. made box, I mean, yeah, you're gonna pay more for that because it's USA made, and because Proto is a good brand, but it's it's got a lot of quality to it. Like, again, I'm more of a cheap ass. I mean, I think everybody that watches my channel knows that, and I'm used to looking at these cheaper stuff, your Harbor Freight, your Craftsman, your Husky, which I'm not saying anything bad about any of those brands individually. Just saying that's kind of the quality that I'm used to seeing. And then you see one of these proto boxes, and even though it's like a little dinky sucker, it's the quality shines through a lot clearer than these other toolboxes. I mean, just the drawer slides. I mean, everything about it that you can really look at and discern just seems to be like that much better. Just like a little step above. You can tell like a lot more time and a lot more care was put into the thought process, the design, the materials, everything about it. So, knowing that, I put on my wish list when I submitted my order. I'm trying to get a proto tool cart. Um, want to say the list price on Granger, which are egregious prices that I don't think anyone ever actually pays. But I want to say the list price was about 440, and I mean it's yeah, it's your equivalent of like basically like the Harbor Freight sized cart with, I'm sure, similar features, a flip top. I want to say it has like a couple attachments maybe on the side that come with it. Um, but I'll find out if I get it. I don't know if it'll be approved yet. Like I said, I submitted it for order request, so we'll see if it comes through. And I would love to take pictures or to do a video on it, but my entire place is essentially locked down. Like the only reason I'm allowed to have a phone is because like there's an exception for us as technicians because we need communications and the tooling that comes with the phone, right? So um, I can't I can't take a picture. I can't do a video. I can't do any of that because I could get in trouble for it. So um, you will not be seeing any of it in action. But I thought since I had nothing to do and I could talk to you guys, I'd hop on here and tell you my experiences so far with the Proto tools. The wrenches, I have used them a little bit. There hasn't been too much actual work. But I have used them a little bit. The ratchet wrenches, I mean, so far I gotta say on those, I'm seeing basically what I see with any other wrench. I want to say the ones we have, don't quote me. I want to say they're like the V groove, um, open end. Uh, but I mean, yeah, the fitment's good, but I can't say that it's any better than any other wrench I've ever used that was of nominal quality. So on that, are they worth the extra money for the proto wrenches? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Plus, something else that I may have to look into a little more. I know for sure the toolboxes are made. I in Ohio. I want to say it should be Georgetown, Ohio, which is down south of me. I actually used to live there for a little bit. I believe that's where the factory is that makes the proto toolboxes. Um, but I don't know a whole lot about the hand tools. Now, I believe, and I want to say that I think they're made in the US, but I don't know that for sure. So maybe that's something I'll have to look into a little more. I guess if you want to pay that extra money for an American made brand, assuming that the hand tools fall into that category, that would be a good thing. I would support that, and the tools are of good quality, and there's a lifetime warranty on them. So, in that respect, I think it would be a good purchase. But yeah, I gotta say I'm fairly surprised with the quality and what I'm seeing from these proto tools because I haven't really had a lot of experience with them. Something else that I need to do. I was putting together my Work Pro backpack for this travel excursion that I was getting ready to do this week. And that had me looking through, my tools to basically build a little kit that I could take. And I was looking through some of my wrenches. And I have, and now granted, it's a hodgepodge of whatever didn't break or get lost over the years. But I have like some SK. I have a couple brands that I don't even know if they're still even in existence, but the tool itself, the wrench will say it has a lifetime warranty, so I don't know if those are any good. But like I kind of thought about trying to get a hold of some of these companies and finding out what I have to do to get them exchanged out because like some of the SK stuff, like one of them, I mean they're like little wrenches. This one in particular, it's like a quarter inch or something. It's for whatever reason at some point in time it got bent to reach something. And like, I just figured, and plus it's kind of like the old style. It looks more like the Craftsman with the raised logo on it, the embossing all the way down the handle. So I thought about maybe trying to get some of those exchanged out. I think it'll be interesting to see uh, some of the process, because I haven't bought anything from SK. I don't think ever. Anything I have of theirs that's in my toolbox was inherited. I mean, obviously, we know what's going on with Craftsman and their warranty. That's kind of a crapshoot, and basically, unless the the tool is broken, I wouldn't even attempt it, especially if it's just like a socket or something like that. Like, the only way I would do Craftsman, and you might at this point run into problems with this, is like me with all of my odds and ends, would be to go out in your garage, literally go through everything you have, and determine what needs to be replaced, and then call them and try to do it like all at once. Like, hey, I have this, socket. I have this screwdriver with a chip in the end. Whatever it would be, and try to get everything handled at once, because you're going to pay shipping for it unless you have a Sears store near you. So I thought about that. Trying to do something like that and get some of those wrenches warrantied out, which, if I have time to do it, I will look into. Now, let's see. Updates. And budget, if you're still the one person that's watching, I appreciate you. Even if you're not, then I appreciate the one person that is still watching. But updates. The Work Pro tool backpack. Now, I gotta say, alright, does it have some good features? Yes. Has some very good features. I really kind of miss the removable section that the Bostitch and the Ironland had that I gave away. I missed that. And I never really even used it, but just seeing it in other backpacks and then going to one that doesn't have it, I already kind of miss it. And the Work Pro does a really good job, because it's got two main pockets, your front pouches, the zipper pockets. You have a compartment here with storage. Then you have another compartment in the back with more storage and like your laptop sleeve and all that. So it's a good bag. But I found myself missing that kind of like removable thing. I wish it would have been something that I could have got to work, just pulled out like that main section of tools and set it down on the table, just to be within hand's reach. But aside from that, things I've noticed in comparison, the only other one that I've really loaded down and used, right, is the Olsa, which is a lot bigger and a lot more costly. It's about a little over double the price. But these are the things that I did notice. The Olsa tool bag, while it can carry more than the Work Pro, was more comfortable. And let me tell you why. Because, like I said, the Olsa is a bigger bag. It's taller. There's not like a crazy shit ton of like compartments or anything. It's basically your few pockets on the outside and stuff, and your main chamber. And there's some storage in there, but it's basically just that. It's thick, but it's just that one chamber. So it's not crazy thick. It's taller, and it's not extremely thick. Right now, the Work Pro had less weight in it, And I mean, it was loaded down pretty well. So, I mean, for what it is, I had the thing loaded down. I had a laptop in it, uh, ungodly assortment of tools. I mean, there really wasn't any more room in that bag for tools. So I loaded it down well. I don't know what it weighed, but I'm guessing like in the 30 to maybe 40 pound range, somewhere in there. Uh, but I will say, holding it by the handles, just in one hand, grabbing the handles on the top of the bag and walking with that wasn't so bad. Uh, but carrying it on your back was uncomfortable. Now, I loaded down the Ulsa bag and I walked around with it at a junkyard with 55 pounds in it, and it was comfortable. I didn't have an issue with it, and I figured out why the Work Pro is uncomfortable. It's because it's so thick, right? Like, it's a shorter bag, so it's not as long, and instead of making it like a longer bag, right, they decided to do the multi compartments. So it sticks out like way far, and it fucks with your center of gravity because it's heavy and it's hanging off your back. The Ulsa bag kind of, you know, not contours, but you get what I'm saying. It sticks to your back a little better down into your lower back region, um, because it's longer, and then kind of because of that, the weight distribution is literally better on the Ulsa bag versus the Work Pro. Is the Work Pro still a good bag? Yes. Is there stuff in that bag that I put in there that I didn't even need? Yeah, unfortunately. I think we're all guilty of that when we go to grab a bunch of tools to go do a job, trying to avoid multiple trips to and from our tool storage. I think we're all kind of guilty of that. Trying to grab too much, just in hopes that if you need it, you already have it. But the Work Pro bag is uh, is doing really well. I actually still like it. It could use some better features and some changes, but it is a good bag. So for what I paid for it, I want to say it was. Man, you guys missed it. I posted it too. It was like 30. I want to say it was like $35, maybe 35.99 or something. But follow me on Instagram if anyone's still watching this, which I'm sure they're not. So follow me on Instagram. I post this stuff. The same thing with the $12 light. That one I did not post on Instagram. I actually tried to make a YouTube video for it because I thought it would be received a little better than maybe it was. And I gotta say, like, if anyone's actually still listening or watching this in post, you guys missed out. You totally missed out on this light. Is it the brightest thing in the world? No. Is it? But it's also not the biggest. It's actually pretty small. It's in my work bag, the Work Pro bag that's in my car in the trunk. I didn't even unpack. I wanted to get home. So, and then I thought I was going to work tonight. That didn't happen. So, I actually have used it and I did check it out. It's a really good light for smaller projects, right? Like, it's not gonna illuminate everything in your dark engine bay, no. But I mean, if you're just doing something project related, and you just need like a little light that you can um, orient to wherever your work surface is, it's probably going to do a really good job. Now, I thought when I saw the light, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I didn't do a whole lot of reading on it, right? Because I see this light, I found the promo code, I see the coupon, and I'm like, okay, that brings the price down. It was like $11 and something with tax. So I see that, and I'm like, it doesn't matter almost how crappy of a light this is. For $11 for a rechargeable light, um, that's not bad. So I kind of didn't research it that much. I just $11 for a light. Okay, yeah, that's a good deal. So I bought it and then made the video. I guess I was just looking at pictures, right? Like I never really read all the specific details, but I I guess I just assumed it was plastic. That thing is solid, thick steel. I mean, it feels not heavy, but I mean, much heavier than I thought it would be, and it is sturdy as hell. Uh, the front, I I I want to say it's plastic, some kind of plastic for the lens cover. That seems to be in pretty good shape. And the lights bright. It's got multiple levels. It's supposed to, you press the button once, it's on bright, and then it's supposed to step down once or twice. But I gotta say, on that, I'm kind of disappointed. I don't see like a lot of difference in the level of light as you're moving through the levels. So that could be better. But for $11, what are you asking for, really? So um, yeah, there were three people uh, of my subscribers who saw the video, clicked the link, and bought that LED light. So to those three people, I thank you. And if anyone cares to know, which no one's probably going to see this at 31 minutes and whatever, I got, if you want to know about Amazon affiliates, it seems like they were like $11, and I have like $2 and some odd cents, like 75 cents or almost $3 in my account uh, on the Amazon affiliate. So I sold three lights at roughly $11 or whatever, and I got, well, yeah, like about $1 a light. So, and it doesn't go by the price that it's supposed to be. If you're doing like what I was doing, and you're giving this discounted price, right, to try to encourage sales, your commission still goes off of that that sale price or whatever the discounted price is. Um, I imagine, if you sell something at full price, if I could pitch a product that people would actually buy for full price, I'm sure it would go off of the full price. But yeah, so that's where, trying to sell maybe higher priced items is good for some people, but looking up those promo codes and doing all that work is a huge. My dog won't move. Move it, Blue. I know you're comfortable, dude, but I'm not. Um, so looking up those promo codes is a huge pain in the ass, and then being lucky enough to find the promo code coupon uh, savings together on an item, it takes even more work. Which, yes, it's a few clicks and some other checking, but then you got to think like you're trying to do that for everything that you find that's on sale that seems worthwhile, and it's a big fucking list. So like I have to sort through all this junk, like stuff nobody wants, like car windshield snow covers, like nobody cares. Even people that could use it probably won't. So yeah, nobody cares. But things like that, and I have to sort through all the stuff to find the few gems in there that are decent, and then I have to do additional checking. Is there any other coupons or any other things that kind of could save any more money on it? So it's, I mean, it's rough. I will say the car jump starter pack that I posted on Instagram, it was like one of the first ones I did. I think the first one I did was the Work Pro. It was like a 230 piece tool set. Well, Dano, welcome to the show, and you are the only one. My guess is, well, there's been some people in and out, but my guess is because the Den of Tools is on and it's Sunday night and it's getting late, not a lot of people. But in this video, live stream, I've talked a lot about things going on, the Work Pro tool bag, the LED light, going over a little bit of the Amazon affiliates right now, and it it's a pain in the ass to try to like sort through all that stuff, and I do my best and I try to post deals only when like I find stuff that I think is, car related, like the mechanics tool set from Work Pro or the LED work light, the car jump starter. So the car jump starter on that one, I literally just stumbled across that one. I don't know how. I clicked it. It was like 70% off. Usually the higher the percentage off, uh, can be like junkier kind of things. So, but I took the chance. I was looking through. I find this 70%. I click it. It's this car jump starter. It's got a light on it. It's also a Bluetooth speaker. It's a power pack you can charge devices with, like all the way up to like a laptop. It's got selectable voltage. So, like if something takes like a 19-volt charge, um, I can switch it to 19 volts and then charge it. So, I mean, that in itself is pretty nice, but it's also a car jump starter. So I will say I haven't tested it yet. The Audi's broke down right now. I got to find some time to start troubleshooting that. And the truck popped a brake line when I went to pull it out of the garage to drive that the other day. So rusty trucks, gotta love them. So I will have to do some things and then try it out, disconnect the battery from one of the vehicles and then try to jump it. But I'm confident, based on the amount that I've played with it and the things that I've seen it do at the moment, that it's going to work for most engines. Is it going to jump your F350? Fuck no. But for $22 and some change, a car jump starter, for $22 and some change, if you use this thing for any one of the functions that it has, it's a cordless rechargeable light. Granted, the light's not super great, but it's a light. It's a Bluetooth speaker. It's a battery bank you can charge other devices with, and it's a car jump starter. So if you use it for any one of these things that it has features for, then you've made your money. I mean, $22, and the funny thing is, and granted, I posted it to Instagram. I didn't make a video about it, so I have a much smaller following on Instagram than my YouTube channel. But I didn't get anybody. Nobody bought that thing. So I don't know. I'm really surprised about that, but I have it. I will do a video on it soon. It even comes in like a kind of crappy ass case to hold all the stuff, all the charger cords and everything. So, I mean, yeah, for what it came with, for the price I paid, if I used the thing once or twice for its intended purposes, then I've made my money back and some. So, that's the thing that I'm trying to do recently. On top of videos and everything else going on, is try to sift through some of these Amazon deals, and I mostly post them to my Instagram because it seems easier, but maybe I really should try to put them into YouTube videos, because like the LED light, I actually got a couple of sales off of that because I posted it to YouTube. So maybe I'll just promote the videos that I make on Instagram and then go from there, to try to, because I'm just really trying to get enough money or sales, so to speak. Last time I was in the Amazon affiliate program early in my channel, I got kicked out after I don't know how long because nobody was buying anything from my links. So I'm really just trying to keep the membership in the program so that I can continue to hopefully find deals every now and again. Am I going to be like the next PJ from struggleville.net? No, definitely not. I don't have the patience for that. I actually emailed him and asked him if he had any tips on how to find some of these deals. And in the email back, he said, "Well, no, not really. That I can think of." I asked Monica, and she's, I mean, the email's much funnier than I can make it sound, but he basically like quotes Monica at that point, and she's like, "Oh, you just scroll your life away until you want to kill yourself," or something equivalent to that, some snarky, satirical comment. So that was hilarious. But yeah, there's no uh, easy way to do it. You just have to dig and scroll and check for all these deals. So I'll continue to work to find them. I saw some LED trailer lights on there, and I think PJ mentioned those like a few days ago on struggleville.net. But I came across them on my own, and I thought about posting them, but it's winter and nobody's really doing work on the trailers. Plus, they were like really low in price. Like it was like 75% off of like $10 or something. So I mean, it would have barely been worth it. Anyhow, I will continue to do that. I will have a video review of the WorkPro backpack that we've kind of talked about here in this video. I'll have that on there sometime in the near future. I will do a video on the car jump starter. I will also do a quick review of that LED light that everybody missed out on. Hey, Toolbox Footage. Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, it is like it's no, I don't think it's that they don't want to give away the secrets. Um Granted, do knowing what I know now, does PJ make like a decent amount of money? Assuming that some people click the links and stuff that he posts and buy the products, then yeah, he probably makes like a little bit of change off of some of his videos and the sales. But the thing is, and seeing the Amazon affiliates interface, like they literally don't make it easy. There is no good way. There you can sort by department, but then stuff's always listed by the wrong department anyway. Like it's like automotive, and then I want to say like Amazon's got its own department when you're shopping on Amazon for hand and power tools. But when you're on the Amazon affiliates and you're searching for promo codes and deals, that option isn't there. So you have to go to like home improvement, which you know what's going on in home improvement. Faucets, vanities, heaters, like I mean can whatever could be in that section, but that's also where some of the tools are. Some of the tools are there, some of the tools are in automotive. Like it's a crapshoot. And not only that, but I've kind of noticed like tools can be a little fewer and far between. Like when I first got on there and found that WorkPro mechanics tool set for whatever it was, like 50% off, which was a really good deal. Um, I kind of thought like, oh, okay, like, and I just literally was just scrolling, bam, found it. Like it was real quick and easy, and I kind of thought, oh, okay, so this isn't so bad. And then when I started looking for more deals to share with you guys, oh my god, it's like it can take like literally even just the few sections that I check, because I'm not looking at like, you know, the stupid stuff that doesn't apply to my channel, right? It's cars, it's tools. I try to keep it around that. So even just a few sections that I have to look through takes forever because you got to click it. Brings it up in another window. You got to see the product because like it'll tell you 70% off of this with this promo code, but it doesn't show you. So you have to click and see. Sometimes it's one product. Sometimes there's a slew of products that promo code will work for, but it all depends and you just never know. So you have to like literally click every link, wait for the page to load, look at it, go back, go forward, go back, go forward. It's I'm not going to say it's a lot of work, but it's time consuming and annoying. So when you actually do find something, uh you feel a little rewarded from it, but that's why like I try to do that stuff to like show you guys. And I try to watch it. Like I've seen a couple that like yeah, they'll say like, oh, 50% off of this. And you think, okay, that's not bad until you look up comparable items. And the comparable item is about the same price, like the general price that this item is with the 50% off, right? So it's that whole Sears closeout idea. When they had their closeouts, they jack everything back up to MSRP and then discount the MSRP price. So a lot of times you're not really even saving any money. A lot of times you're actually paying more than you would buying it online or through another venue. So it's kind of like that. So I try to keep away from those. I try to do my research to make sure that I'm actually putting forth like a legitimate lower price than you can normally get something for. So I do the best I can. And I mean that's what I got, guys. Like I'm trying to do that, save some people some money. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize the channel. Pretty much all to fund like giveaways and stuff. So if I post something that looks interesting to you, if I make a video about a product and you're on the fence about it, buy it. Because like I make good money. I don't need money to survive. It's all to go back into the channel so that I can make. I don't even want to say make better videos because like I was talking to somebody the other week and they're like, oh well, you need to up your production quality. You need to like do like some of these other guys do, and I'm like, man, I barely have time to edit the videos that I make. Like, really. And I catch shit for that sometimes from my wife, depending on what else is going on. So, like, I shoot my videos, I try to do the best I can do, but man, there's not always time for like multiple takes of the same shot. Like, there's a lot of times I'll shoot a video and be like, oh man, I should have like shot it this way or I should have done that. And oh well, I just kind of shoot what I shoot, and it's not going to be perfect. It probably never will. I'm just a guy with a camera and a YouTube channel. Like, I'm not trying to, you know, get millions of subscribers or anything like that. I just want to, it's pretty much fun for me. But to fund the giveaways and to do the things that I do, like, I don't really need to buy like a bunch of camera equipment. I already have some, and most of it works okay for what I need. So I'm not really looking to upgrade that. So whatever I make off of my Amazon affiliates or once I actually get monetized will almost literally just go back into the channel to fund products to buy, to review, and then to give away to you guys. I'm still waiting on Walmart. Okay, so I'm doing double duty here. So like the Walmart chick, it's been a while, emailed me, and she said she could for sure get me some products. Didn't say what. And asked for my address. I gave it to her. That's been a little bit. I can't remember if I emailed her. I don't think I have yet. I was going to email her again and be like, hey, just out of curiosity, what's going on? But on the hush hush, no one's ever going to see this in the live stream at 50 minutes. But Um, I emailed Hart directly, explained to them who I was, and that I was the first guy to find the tools and to make a video about them. And I asked them for some products to review. And they finally got back to me and said, "Oh yeah, like that'd be great. Here's how you get in touch with our PR department. Tell them who you are, what you represent, like in this case the YouTube channel, and what products you're interested in reviewing." Now, I doubt I'll get it, but if you watch the video of the unveiling in Brooklyn, they had the toolboxes there. Yes, Hart has toolboxes. They exist. Uh, in theory, I think they're basically the ProWorks boxes that I've been reviewing at Walmart. That I've been showing you guys. I think they're basically those. When I was looking at the makeup of them and the features, it seems about the same. So is there any like leaps and bounds or anything? No. But when they asked about what kind of products I was interested in, I told them I was like, I'm interested in the tool storage and the things that haven't come out yet. Like for lack of a better term, I told them I kind of would like to get like an exclusive, like send me something that's not out yet, that's not maybe gonna be out for a little bit, or something that's getting ready to come out. That way I can get like a scoop on it. Not only would it be really good for my channel, but you know, it would it'd be good for you guys. Because even if, and I really I really need a toolbox at this point, but I need something substantial, which I at the moment I just can't justify the cost. Which is pissing me off because Husky's got the 46-inch workstation on sale right now for like $298. That thing is killer deal at $298, and I want to buy one so bad, but I'm not because I can't afford to spend the money. But anyway, I digress. I asked him for a toolbox. I highly doubt I'm gonna get it. At this point, I'm kind of questioning whether or not I'm gonna get anything from Walmart to begin with. Uh, because they've been dragging their feet. I figured with Black Friday and all that stuff and all the shipping of packages is like at its highest point. I figured like they would just ship something out, but they haven't yet. So I don't know, maybe I will never get anything. But I asked Hart to send me something, and I mentioned toolboxes. I haven't heard back from them, but yeah, if I get a toolbox and I really need a toolbox, I'm still not going to keep it. There's only 3 of you in here. I know 2 of you are probably subscribers for sure. I'm not going to keep it. If they send me the nicest box they got, which isn't going to happen, but if they were to, I'm not going to keep it. I've already resolved myself that whatever Hart sends me, I'll review, I'll do a little show and dance, and then I'll give it away. So now, if it is a toolbox and it's substantially sized like that, somebody's going to have to be local. Somebody's going to have to come pick it up because obviously I can't pay for like the bulk shipping of the fucking toolbox. But assuming that those criteria are met or you figure out how you want to do it, if I should get something that big, I'm still going to give it away. So, I mean, that's where we're at, guys. I mean, I'm just trying to get there, right? To where, like, I saw a thing on Icon or You're a Fraud. You know what, Budget? Nobody cares about you. Icon's coming out with a bunch of other crap, though, from Harbor Freight. Like, I guess it came from, like, I'm sorry, I keep slipping down because I'm sinking into my couch. I guess a lot of it's from, like, the SEMA unveilings and whatnot, but, like, they have pliers now that kind of look like Knipex. and things, and I like cheap tools. I get that, like, you can't reinvent everything, but come the fuck on, man. Like, I mean, they're literally molded to look like Knipex. And to my knowledge, there's not a lot of other of those channel lock, so to speak, style uh, locking pliers and stuff that look like Knipex. So they're just literally trying to visibly copy whatever they can. Like the snap on jack, yeah, it's made in the same factory or whatever. I'll give them that one. But like, I could almost guarantee that whoever makes the Knipex does not make these icon, um, whatever you want to call them. A lot of people call them water pump pliers. Why the fuck do they call them water pump pliers? I work on cars, sort of, like a little bit. I'm no technician. I'm a wrench turner. Uh, but, I still don't understand that. Why they call these locking channel locks and slip joint pliers and what. Like, I see them referred to all the time as water pump pliers, and I have no idea why. But anyhow, uh, I'm just trying to get some money out of this channel so that I can fund the giveaways without spending a lot of my own money. And I saw a thing on Tradesman HVAC Shop Talk, which is a channel for like tradesmen, mostly HVAC, but like electricians and whatever. Um, and he had like his podcast and a show, and he'd do like a game show and some giveaways and stuff. And I guess here recently he just made an announcement today that he's changing the focus of his channel back to repair talk and education, uh, in and around repairs and trade stuff, because I guess like he thinks he kind of got caught up in like the game show giveaway kind of thing. He thought like he needed to do that to like make his subscribers happy or something, which is weird to me because there was plenty of people that just seemed to be there to be there. Like, not didn't seem like everybody was too worried about the prizes. But I think some people complained, some people bitched that he wasn't doing the game right, and like, you would think, like, especially tradesmen, you would think they would be a little better about it. So I'm almost willing to bet whoever was in there bitching was somebody that just wanted some free shit and not somebody that was actually like a real tradesman watching the channel for its value. But that yep, it's good to see you, Toolbox. I will catch you later. It's good to see that he's recognized that, and I kind of thought about that, like the lesson there. Um, and I still put out videos. I mean, some of my recent videos have had some giveaways in them, but like, what was it, like the Olsa tool bag video? I didn't even really emphasize the giveaway that much in that, and I gave that away. That was like I don't know what it retails for at a store, or whatever have you, but where I bought it, yeah, I mean, with shipping and everything, it was like a $60 thing to give away. Um, and I didn't even make that big a deal of it. It wasn't until like 7 minutes in the video that I mentioned it, and I didn't do like a whole spiel on it. It was just like, this is today's giveaway, comment below. So I think I do a pretty good job on the balance. I may have been like kind of heavy into it lately. The tool bags, that was a little costly. Um, and I do still have some other like smaller stuff to give away, but I am gonna try to watch it a little bit in the future. Like, the shipping costs can get to be a lot, and I mean, the cost of the items, depending on what you're talking about. I don't want to give away crap people don't want or don't want to use. So I may have to be a little more choosy going forward about some of the giveaways and how I go about them. And hopefully, I don't get a bunch of people bitching like he did. But I'm going to try to keep the focus on tools and saving you guys money and reviewing tools and doing the car work that I have to do and recording some of that. Um, but yeah, like I'm trying not to get lost in the channel because I can't do any rebuilds right now because I don't have the money to buy another project. Um, and time is starting to be an issue at work, but I should, once things settle down, end up with more time off than I had before. So once we get through this horrible season, then we'll be good, and that should only last for hopefully about another month. So then it'll calm down, and I'll have more time off. But yep, so that's where we're at, guys. I appreciate the 4 or 5 of you that have jumped in here over the last hour. Um, I've pretty much run out of stuff to talk about, so I do appreciate whoever watched this video for any amount of time. I don't expect any of you besides the one person actively watching to get to this point, but I appreciate you. And there'll be some more stuff for the channel coming out real soon, so stay tuned for that. And I am going to sit here and drink beer and find something to watch on TV, Netflix or something, and chill out for my Sunday night since I got the night off. So, guys, I will talk to you later. Thanks again for stopping by, and have a good night.